So, boys, let's have some fun today.
Hello, let's get number 50 on the go.
The sun is shining. Sun is shining. Sun is shining. The weather is clean.
Gentlemen,
Yes. Lower that mic. We're a little too loud.
too loud?
Yeah.
Is that good? A little bit.
I'm good, but
This takes me back to the very episode when I was, guys, is this good? Is this good? Is it not good? Is this
good.
it?
This
And then
good.
Danny, of course, was exactly how he is right now, very much in his thoughts. Danny,
trying
we're
to figure
celebrating
things
50 episodes of you not wanting to be on camera.
I at no point said that I was not willing to do this because it would put me on camera and on Instagram a lot more often. So
True. So, guys, I don't know if you noticed, but in the middle of that table there, we have a black bag that your producer brought. Now, I'd like Johnny or Danny to do the honors before we start this momentous occasion by opening this gift.
Johnny is more of the shows more of his
Emotions.
emotions more. So Johnny, please be the honor.
I
And
don't know if that's a good thing or not.
That's a good thing, man. That's a good
Sometimes people.
he expresses himself a lot more than I do.
Oh, wow.
Right? We all know that. I'm a little bit more
This
to
is heavy. Dun, 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 dun.
Dun, 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 dun.
I knew it. I fucking knew it. Yeah, baby.
I mean, it's a little upgrade.
Hello.
It's a little upgrade from what we've used. That's all.
It's only taken us 50 episodes to get away from plastic.
I mean, this is the way I feel anyways.
These are nice.
It's something, I think it's a little bit of an upgrade.
Oh, that's beautiful.
I'm just like going back on Instagram right now and just going through our episodes. I guess I should probably do this on YouTube. Actually,
Let's talk about that. Actually, wait a second.
don't we need an intro
definitely-
to this episode?
So, boys, let's have some fun today.
That's pretty cool.
Now, as for that cleaning lady,
Sorry, Sophia.
I gotta be honest, that came out harder than I thought.
Yeah,
That really like full blast. So I got this in the
Is
United
this the
States.
first time you did this?
This is the very first time
Like you
because
popped one of those?
I bought this in the US. Can you buy these
Can
here?
you buy these here?
I have no idea.
I don't think so.
I don't see why not. Why couldn't you?
I've personally never seen it. So when I saw it in the US, I said,
So
you know what?
You
I'm gonna
illegally brought over
I-
some sort of firework.
I may or may not have brought it with me. No, but honestly speaking, I've never seen this before. I brought it here, special occasion, guys. 50, it's a
got
big
into
deal.
my shirt.
It's the gift that keeps on giving.
There you go.
So now that we've had fun there, gentlemen, let me ask you a question.
Visit
Out
the
of
channel.
all of the episodes we've ever done, what would you say was one that stands out to you?
One episode that stands out to me.
Jeez, there's so many.
I'm just looking at them, and
I have to say that
I feel like there's. So I'm looking at our YouTube channel right now, and I'm looking at the views of some of them, and I feel like some of our good ones don't get the most views.
no.
Well, I do know for a fact that the one that is number one of all of them, isn't it with
Lisa
Lisa?
No, it's not.
It's not our most favored?
No. Our most popular one
is a
yes, the shocking truths, or the shocking divorce truths from an expert lawyer, and we had Ida on the show.
That's right.
that one got hundreds of views.
That was very interesting, I think. I think it's the hard truth nowadays in your industry. Have you guys come across those moments where people come and say, "Look, I'm about to get a divorce," and
So right now, I'm actually working with 3 clients that are currently going through divorces.
I got. I don't have divorces on my table. I have other hardships that I'm dealing with some clients. Just they're not.
And I
able
like
to
the
get by.
fact that now I'm like, when I get a divorced client, I use this episode here. Guys, have a look at this episode and see what, we talked about. Because there's a lot of things that they could learn from it, which is why we do this podcast, really.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We always bring on guests that we can learn from. And then there was one, and we were just literally talking about it. Who was the one that was representative of tequila that came here? What was his name?
Dominic.
Dom.
Connoisseur.
He opened, and at least in my opinion, he opened my eyes on what tequila really is. Would you guys say that you've learned a lot on that particular episode?
So I'm going to say that with him being on this show made me educate myself more on tequila from that show on. Because yes, he did teach us a lot. But since then, I've taught myself so much more about tequila.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Now,
100%.
do you find yourself looking at different things when you go to someone's house or when you go to the LCBO now or a bar?
When I look at a bottle of tequila now, I know certain things to look for. And I know he brought up the NOM number, and I don't even look at that anymore, to be honest. All tequilas that come from Mexico all have a NOM number. They're all licensed tequilas. So what I'm looking for now is, do they have additives or no additives in there?
Mm-hmm. Do you know one thing that we've never experienced on this episode, in all 50 episodes? We've never tried a tequila with a worm inside it.
Is there a tequila with a worm inside
Can you still buy that?
Oh, there's so many.
You can still buy that here?
I don't know, but wasn't that the thing?
That
like
was
eating the worm?
the thing.
Well, you know what we haven't done also? There's so I want to talk about two things. Number one is we haven't done an intro to this episode.
Let's
But-
go.
This is a special
We'll
episode.
do an end right at the end. We'll do the intro.
We'll do the outro.
Outro,
Intro?
intro, outro.
Guys, first, I think...
I could do the intro.
No,
now.
I just...
Let's go.
No, we're in it. I think a big thank you to, first and foremost, I think there should be a big thank you to Danny and I for being committed to this, but also a big thank you to Stefano.
Thank you.
We wouldn't be at 50 if we didn't have the production, and we wouldn't have...
I want to bring that up for a second. Being committed to doing 50 episodes. And when we first started doing the podcast, and for anybody that's out there that's looking to do podcasts, sometimes I get people come up to me asking for advice. And I'm like, you need to get to 100. If you don't get to 100, you'll never know if the podcast will ever be good.
Yep.
And we're halfway there, which is accomplishment for us, I think.
Yep.
So being committed right there. I do listen to a lot of podcasts on my way in and on my way out from work. And I look at the dates that they're released. And it's amazing when I'm looking at a podcast that starts right from the beginning, right? And they're consistent. And then eventually they start going 3 weeks apart. Then it's like I saw one that was like a month and a half apart from the last episode. And I'm like, oh, this is dying pretty quick. Right? And we're talking about commitment there. And it's like we've been very committed on a weekly basis. We have our episode. We might have missed a week. And it's not because of whatever it is. It's not because we wanted to. It just so happened that...
Your hand.
It so happened that, we can release that episode on time that week, but
Yeah,
We've talked about it. There's a big process behind it. Never mind the production. And I thank you guys very much for the plug. But also, you have to come up with the topics. And then you have to perform these topics for like 45 minutes. Right? Like, how do you guys get yourself into that mindset to know that you have to talk for hours?
I think it's just natural to some degree. It's natural, but this is what we love to do. Like, we give. I think like one of the biggest challenges is that you don't see there's no immediate reciprocity from the show. Like, we don't see immediate reward from the podcast. None of this would be possible if we didn't, like, you can't get to 100 if you don't do one. You can't do 2 if you didn't do 1. You can't do 5 if you didn't do 1. So for me, it's the first one. Which hopefully we can change that with some topics that can resonate with more people in the future. But that's the thing. Like, we're adapting, we're pivoting. Obviously, we're growing. But I think the nice part about it is, none of this is scripted.
Well, you did say that we talk only finance. Oh, for the most part, I don't think so.
No.
We've had some guests that did psychedelics.
Yeah.
What was the name again?
Giovanni, that was probably one of the coolest shows. I like that.
He made me want to try, and then Danny kind of scared me back into reality and said, maybe I don't want to try it.
Why? I'm after it. I'm down to fucking try it once.
I think I will eventually. And these are things that like guys like talk about. But what I want to get to is like, I was listening to the Joe Rogan podcast, and they're sitting there just having a conversation. I listen to other podcasts. It's very question oriented. It's like, ask a question, here's the answer.
Yep.
Ask a question, here's the answer. And we don't do that. It's not like, hey, Danny, what do you think? Like, we've done a bit of it, but it's not our...
Not really. Like, I mean, when we bring in a guest and we're like, hey, pick a topic, pick a couple questions you want to talk about.
Yeah.
You want us to talk about, and the rest, we're going to free roll it.
Yeah.
We're not like question. We have conversations.
I have to say though, this has been fun. Like getting to 50, like when you go back on like our YouTube, it's like 1 year ago was our first episode.
Was it 1 year?
That's what it says. I don't even remember.
Talk about full circle.
1 year ago.
Oldest. 1 year ago. That's what it says. Yeah.
Wow, sensational.
So
1 year, and
so
now
have we been very consistent? Because 1 year ago we're at episode 50. There's 52 weeks in a year, so
And that means we've done 50 bottles of tequila.
pretty much.
Pretty
yeah.
much. Maybe one or two episodes we did like a comparison,
We did a
but
couple of head-to-heads. We've had a couple of repeats.
We
But,
had a couple of repeats, not many.
that's a lot of tequila though.
but when you look at some other
But
people, like,
you're seeing that's a lot of tequila,
it's not.
guys. I go through. I've learning about tequila. I've looked into it a lot more now, and it's like I got apps that have all these bottles. I'm like, what?
Are we talking
We won't-
hundreds more?
Hundreds, maybe
Thousands.
thousands
Really?
more,
Oh, who's this?
This is Carlo, our next guest.
Okay, that's okay. We're almost done.
Yeah,
thousands more bottles of tequila, and
Yeah.
that's okay.
You want to have a seat over here until we finish this up?
Yeah, come on by. Yeah, like we've done thousands. There's thousands of episodes. Jesus, Johnny.
Jesus.
Bottles.
Bottles. There's thousands of bottles. I got sidetracked. There's thousands of bottles out there that I don't think we're ever going to get to every single bottle.
No, we'll never get to every single bottle.
So it's very interesting. When I first did this episode with you, or the podcast, I said, geez, they want to do a tequila concept. I'm like, what about if we run out? And you're telling me that it's virtually impossible.
I thought that's what was going to happen.
If you go look at the if you go to the LCBO here in town, yeah, you're going to only
But
find.
back in the day, it's
bottles.
like when you'd go to, because no one really drank tequila back in the day, it was just like there was only a few bottles to choose from.
Yeah,
And now it's like,
now it's popular.
it's crazy how many bottles of tequila you can actually choose from. And every distillery makes, I'm going to say,
variation,
a
right?
variation,
Yeah.
4 or 5 different variations. I saw a couple of bottles over the weekend. My brother-in-law was showing me that he was drinking from, and I was like, what? These bottles are incredible.
So speaking of 50, where do we want to see ourselves? Let's talk about where do we want to see ourselves in 50?
Well, we're definitely going to hit 100. That goes without question.
So where do we see ourselves
that's
at
the goal.
100? What do we want to get to? Where
Milestones, you mean?
Yeah, like what are our goals? What are our milestones? I don't know if we've ever talked about this. So let's put it out there.
So,
What do we want to achieve here? Like what's the end goal? Like what is it, and what reward do we want?
well, I mean, the end goal is to have lots more education for our viewers and listeners. Like that goes without saying, right? We will. Oh, what else? What else? Like that's my goal.
Obviously, we want to
I'm
hit
not-
a
I'm
bigger
not look-
viewership, more following,
I think that'll
sponsors.
Yeah, that'll come. I think for me, what I want to do is exactly what Danny's saying. Like provide the education that's not being provided. So provide like on all aspects of who we are. Like I want to showcase who your Nesta Financial and Johnny and Danny are truly like, and that's what we're trying to portray on these podcasts is financial literacy is there's too much of a gap in the industry out there. So people aren't being provided the right information. I think mindset and coaching and inspiration on what we do as coaches for our team and agents on why you want to join our brokerage and grow our team. I think that's what I want to accomplish with the podcast is give people the information that this is what we do. This is how we hone in our skills with our agents. This is how we coach and support them through training, modules, technology, and that. And I think the last thing I would like to get to is the guests, the uniqueness of our guests, talking about everybody's different challenges and how, what their upbringings in their business have been like and what challenges they face. Because whether you're in real estate or mortgages, I think you're being an entrepreneur is still being an entrepreneur. Being in business for yourself is 100%. Business for yourself, which is why we like having the guests and talking about their stories and how their upbringings have come and how we can adapt some of the knowledge that they have and we bring it into our business and how it's so similar in what we do. So I think the end goal is to consistently have guests. I would love to have us on a bigger stage. That would be pretty cool.
That would be, yep.
To be on a bigger stage, like Stefano says, maybe bigger viewerships. And I don't know.
The one thing that I think we're missing is we have fun. I think that's the best thing. We have fun. There's been a lot of bloopers. There've been the Timbits one, I think is by far the funniest one I've seen.
You know, the unplugged mic is the best one for me. And some nibbits and tibbits of...
So what's mortgage tibbits?
Tibbits.
Timbits. It's like when you go through the drive-through at Tim Hortons, you order a Timbit. You want a little piece of a donut. You don't want the whole donut.
But
so
is it called Timbit?
Timbit.
Timbit?
I don't know. You guys know what the heck you know what we mean. You get little tidbits. We give you guys little insights, secrets.
Sounds weird. All right.
It's like recording without the camera being on. I just thought that was fun.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
And the one thing that I honestly find hilarious, which is now changing as of this episode, is we never really invested into tequila glasses.
No, but
and
thank you.
50 episodes.
50 episodes. Not one person has ever made the comment about our glasses. So we finally do have some proper...
It would have been so easy for a sponsor just to hop on this and I'll donate the glasses for you guys to sponsor.
No, but seriously speaking, that could have been the easy solution, but I guess maybe we haven't reached it. Question: are we ready? We're going to definitely do a little highlight reel after this, but are we ready to try this tequila and celebrate properly? Because there's a significance behind this bottle, Danny.
Well, yeah, there's a few things. Number one, it's 1950, which kind of symbolizes 50. It's pretty cool. I don't know how this happens to be our 50th bottle.
That's 1950?
It says it.
Seriously?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I love how things come full circle. I am very much into stars aligning and things happen for a reason. Obviously, guys, we're super grateful. Obviously, we want to continue our journey, and yes, having fun is probably one of the biggest reasons why we do this. There's not much to talk about on the 5th. Let's keep this one sweet, man. Let's keep this one short and sweet. Thank you, guys.
Sweet. Yep.
We'll have a highlight reel to come with us with maybe some bloopers and
for sure.
Some of our highlights and high moments and low moments, and we'll showcase a few of the guests on the podcast. So stay tuned. Never mind, stay tuned. You're going to see it in a second because this will be a fucking edited video.
And Danny, do you want to tell us about this tequila real quick?
Yeah, what do we have here?
So yeah, we have a Don Adriano 1950 Blanco. This bottle goes for about $130. Taste-wise, lively, sweet character of agave, accompanied by hints of citrus. This for a Blanco is more of a sipping style Blanco, so it's not really for mixes.
Now, do you think we're not going to get the true flavor of this bottle based on the age and how long you've had it?
Well, hold on.
1950 is just
1950
the
is in the name. It's
right,
not
but
how long it's been aged. This
but
bottle
you got
has not
this.
been aged, other than when it's been bottled.
Okay.
So then, it hasn't been aged in a barrel. That's the significance of it being a Blanco. So,
Can we crack it open?
yeah, of course. Let's crack it
Danny,
open.
can you have just a little touch on your tongue?
I'm definitely gonna taste it. 'Cause
Yeah,
I
just a
haven't
touch for the
tasted
50.
it yet.
I'll let you do the honors, Danny. I opened the bottle.
I found this bottle at my father-in-law's house, as it was a gift from, I guess, it was a family member.
This episode. Do you hear that crackling in the bottle and all that?
Well, the last episode we opened the bottle live, and that was it's not often that we do.
Right on the mic, Danny.
Oh.
No, there's no noise to this thing.
It did give up. It did. Okay. 50 episodes.
I'm gonna pour just enough there for me to taste, and then you guys can tell me when to stop.
Okay, that's yep. Stuffing out.
Sir, thank you. Gentlemen,
Cheers to 50.
another 50.
There you go. Oh,
Cheers. Now, the real test is, are we going to puke from this?
Oh, this smells good. See, I'm not a big Blanco guy.
I'm
but,
not either.
But
so
then again,
this
like,
Let's go try it.
but I like grappa. So this, we'll see.
This is fuego.
Oh, that's pure.
Very sweet. Very sweet.
it is sweet for a blanco. For a blanco, this is very sweet. Actually,
It gave me a bit of a punch in the face.
it's nice.
This one?
It did, but it gave me that like. So, if you, I
It's
like
nice. It's nice and smooth for a blanco, which is very surprising.
in the past. I've made my own grappa. So I constructed my own still back in the day, and I had my own parrot, and I cooled it, and you can tell the purity in the taste.
Now,
Like
do
it's-
you think the price? Do you think the price has anything to do with the value of this flavor?
See, it has that.
Do you,
that
but
you can
because it's
listen, man,
150, right?
It's $130, and for like I said,
I got
if I'm at the
this cardboard in my drink.
might
didn't
have a
clean
little
them from
bit
the
too
box,
much,
but-
anyways,
It's from the box, yeah. Did it come from China?
Secret.
if I was at a LCBO and I was thinking of a Blanco to purchase, unfortunately because of the price, I'm probably looking past this one.
Yeah, yeah.
Just because I enjoy other tequilas like
Reposados.
reposados.
Reposado.
So if I'm looking
Down it, Johnny.
If I'm looking at a $130 bottle, I'm looking past already Blancos. But this for a Blanco was excellent. I gotta say.
Probably my favorite Blanco, hands down.
Oh, for sure. Right now,
Hands
this is my favorite Blanco.
So
Goes
let's
without
give it a
question.
quick nifty 50 marking. We're not going to do taste. We're not going to do look. We're not going to do price. We're going to do a 50th episode all around score.
Yeah, this is obviously, like Danny says, I probably would pass this by. However, if I was stocking my bar for appearances, this is on that shelf.
Yeah, that's a nice looking bottle.
Like,
It does look like their other Don Adriano bottles though. It's just in a clear.
yeah.
The significance the
But
Blanco.
I do like the look. I think the look is really nice. I think this is the perfect 50th episode bottle for two reasons. One, it's not our choice. Like, it's not our go-tos. It's not a Reposado, like, which would be, if I had to go choose a bottle, it would have been one of those. So I'm kind of happy that it's not, because this is probably if not the best Blanco I've had, taste-wise.
Definitely was, yeah.
For the price, I think I think it deserves a good rating on the price because it's actually really good.
It is good.
For $130, it's not overly priced, like you're spending $200 for a premium. This looks like a $200 bottle. So I think the overall, I mean, because the nostalgic, right? Am I saying that right? Because the taste and the price, I just because it's a special episode and it just so many, like the 1950 the 50, like I'm fucked up like that. So I'm gonna give this a good 9.
Oh, big score from Johnny.
I'm not a Blanco guy, but it has that grappa taste. Like I could feel
Yep.
the blue flame. It's weird. So I'm gonna give this a 9 out of 10. This is a really nice
I'm going to
bottle.
say that I've never given a Blanco over a 7. This one will probably give a 7.5, 8. It was really good in taste.
So I have to be the devil's advocate here and say, why 7.5? The flavoring is awesome. Price is not bad. Appearance is beautiful.
Because it's a Blanco.
It's a Blanco.
But I think the reasoning behind this in the show we're on the 50th, I think
Johnny's trying to sell it to you.
All right, man. You want an 8.5 out of me? I'll give you an 8.5. Let's go.
All right, gentlemen, you know what to do.
All right, guys. Welcome to the 50th episode of On the Couch, where we didn't do an intro because we never thought we would do intros. but we do intros, and they're pretty good getting lately. But this is our very special episode. It's 50. We thank everybody for following us. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for commenting. I'm no longer fucking fat. Thank you. Okay. You remember that comment? Yeah, it was somewhere.
Well, we're going to talk about some comments on one of our next episodes.
Yeah, so we have a few. There's a few of them coming. So, guys, thank you very much. You could find us on Spotify. If this is your first time listening to our podcast, go back, listen to some episodes, hear about who we are, watch the ones with our guests because those seem to be really engaging. If you like the show, share the show so we can grow. On the podcast 23 on Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. You can find us here at Your Nesta Financial. I am Johnny Supa. I'm here with
Danny Cardozo, and you'll find me Mortgages by Danny C. Thanks for watching.
Another turning point, a fork stuck in the road. Time grabs you by the wrist, directs you where to go. So make the best of this test and don't ask why. It's not a question, but a lesson learned in time. It's something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. I hope you have the time of your life.